couple housekeeping things. Then we're gonna let it rip. First, we're gonna on part one. Rebecca S. in the crowd, could you come to the front tent? Rebecca, can you come to the front tent? Okay, and then we have an important message from our safety marshals. You guys can hear me?
Yeah.
All right, you guys can just move up a little bit if you're way back there. We don't want to it's already super crowded, I know, but try and make room. Try and come this way to the truck. Thank you. All right, welcome everyone. I'm Davey Cummings, and I'm Cornelius Bravo. We're your marshal for today. We want to make sure we have a fun and safe crowd today. And have some info to share as people come in. If you need anything, look for other marshals in high visibility vests, stationed and walking around. We're here to ensure everyone's safety. If you're looking for a restroom or need to get out, if you're looking for a restroom or need to get out in the sun and cool off, use the restroom through the hangar of Local 80. You can access them from a door at the north side of the garage. In case of emergency, you can find cold water and a cooler there as well, but only for emergencies, okay?
Our ADA restroom is in the vacant space off the main building lobby, so right by that backstage cafe sign over there. The front row, so we move you over, is reserved for those who need ASL interpretation or other ADA accessibility. We have volunteers from HAA stationed by the press check-in tent. If you'd like a mask, I believe they're walking through the crowd as well. Masking is labor solidarity. Let's take care of our immunocompromised and disabled skin. The medic is also as well. You can find trash containers throughout the parking lot at your convenience. Please put trash in the appropriate bins. We would love to thank Local 80 for hosting us today. Again, the marshals and the reflective guns are here to help you. Let's take care of each other and have fun today. Solidarity!
Everybody, hey, give it up for them, making us safe. Welcome to the 2024 Stand With Animation Rally! Look at this turnout, it's insane. Has the city of Burbank ever seen this much excitement? The union power, it's exploding. When I say union, you say power. Union.
Power.
Union.
Power.
Union.
Power.
It's the best job I've ever had. People are encouraging me to scream. So you may know me as a glassy-eyed psycho who never shuts up about union stuff online. I'm sorry. I'm very passionate. My name is Mike Rianda. I've worked in animation for 20 years, 18 years. With the horse here, give it up for the horse! I didn't even know that was possible, but anything is possible if you believe. Anyway, my name is Mike Rianda. I worked on Gravity Falls in a movie called The Mitchells vs. the Machines. About a group of human underdogs who had to fight a robot menace, and now it's funny that I'm a part of some actual human underdogs who are fighting a very real threat of robot replacement AI, but we're going to talk about that later. But today, seriously, I'm so honored to be here as your MC. You all are taking time out of your lives to show up and be here for your fellow workers and your fellow people, and that is such a beautiful thing. It's been so inspiring doing this work for the past few years. I've seen union members working around the clock to support each other, to make sure this industry we love is a little bit better and that our friends and coworkers are a little bit safer. And I am absolutely moved by seeing all of your faces out here today. Thank you for coming out, and thank you for all the animation fans and union folks. We love you. Thank you for coming. Today I want to talk about what's at stake in these negotiations. We all know people are hurting in this industry, who have lost their jobs, who are losing their health care, who are on the brink of losing their livelihood. Things are bad out there right now. Raise your hand if you're concerned about where you and your fellow workers are at right now. It's a lot of hands. That's why we joined this fight. I've talked to people who've maxed out their credit cards, who have had unplanned pregnancies that now they can't pay for because there's no work. someone whose sister told them maybe it's time to give it up. Give up their dream in life because there's no jobs. Yet we're working in an industry that's making billions of dollars in profit. Animated movies are the highest grossing movies this year. Animated shows are the most streamed. We're making the stories and characters that are making these corporations filthy rich. So why is it that so many of us that made those very stories are struggling to pay our rent? Does that sound fair to you?
No!
Are we gonna keep taking that?
No!
So are we gonna take a bad deal?
No!
I'm on the negotiations committee and I want to tell you we are working day and night to get you guys the deal that you deserve. We had a 12-hour meeting yesterday. We're fighting for rock-solid AI protections, job safety measures like staffing minimums. See, even the cops are pumped. They set off the animation alarm, baby! For staffing minimums, keep our jobs plentiful and union strong, fair wages and proposals to stop job creep and more. I know this group and I am proud to be one of them, and we are going to fight to get the deal that you deserve. This is a two-way negotiation, but I can promise we will leave everything on the table and fight like hell to get the best contract we can. You showed up, you filled out your surveys and told us what to fight for, and that's exactly what we're doing. We are going to make sure you are safe, you are happy, and you can make a living doing the job that you love. We're not going to beg for our rights. We are going to negotiate and take them back. Because we have a real treat for you. These are some of the people that support animation workers that came out for you. This is a rock block of animation superstars. We're bringing it up. Coming up on the platform, don't look. Don't look, guys up here. It's like Christmas. You don't want to ruin the surprise. All right, as they're lifted up like the A-team, I'm going to give them an introduction. All right. Okay, first of all, we're going to start whenever they start lifting. Yeah, there we go. There we go, baby. They're too powerful. They're too powerful for the hydraulic press. First of all, we have Debbie Tartakovsky. Artist and animation genius, and Alex Hirsch, everybody!
Alex Hirsch and Rebecca, oh my God.
Cartoons in one, someone who made stories that made the world feel more inclusive and beautiful. We got the big dog, baby, James Baxter.
Hell yeah.
Okay, we're going to say a few words about, the fight.
I'm so excited to see how many people are out here today. one place, normally we stay in our caves, where it's dark and safe, but we've come out here into the hot, hot sun to show the CEOs that we're tired of taking a shitty fucking deal. I heard the AMTV actually turned the sun up today to try to smoke us out, but we're still here anyway in a show of solidarity. I'm sure those of you who are in this industry, you know. Anyone here who's a fan, you need to know the animation industry is in trouble right now. They are shrinking wages. They are shutting things down. They're trying to replace us with fucking robots, guys. Not human beings. They have one incentive, that's to make profit. That's all they care about. If they can make profit with good rules in a way that keeps us safe, they will. If they can make profit by putting us all in a blender and drinking our blood, they'll do that. That's what the union is for, to create rules against that sort of thing. If we work together, if we bargain and we have a show of force, we'll let them know we're serious, we're demanding a better deal.
Yeah! Yeah!
Mind to say stand with animation on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Stand with animation!
Thank you, everybody.
Woo!
It's me. Hey, everybody. So amazing.
Woo!
All of you out here, it's incredible. You guys, I mean, you guys literally are like the future of the craft. So fight for it. You gotta fight for it. This is the meaning of what a union is. It's you guys, it's us, just together. I bet there's more people here, to tell you the truth, than the number of shareholders who are really profiting from everything you do. So what happens? There's more of you than there are of them. What does that mean? That means we're gonna win. Keep fighting. Let everybody you know, let everybody you can know how much we do for this industry, how much we do to keep it afloat, how much your labor creates wealth for everybody. Now it's time for you to share it too. Share the wealth and share some protections. And Mike Miranda, let's give Mike a hand for everything you're doing. And the youth is incredible. When I started, I was 22 in Hanna-Barbera, and everyone was old and sad and miserable, and now everyone's so excited, and it's incredible to see this. And for me, animation is life, right? I love it. Woo! Life is animation, and no computer, nobody's gonna take that away from us. So we're gonna stand together, we're gonna fight, and we're gonna win. Thank you.
We devoted ourselves to this chronically undervalued art form because we know how special and how meaningful it is. The entertainment world depends on the power of what we do. We know that, they know that, we know our worth. So let's fight together for our future.
Because art is done by people.
Yeah!
When I see your work, when I watch your animation, when I see your shows, I get to experience who you are, how you feel, what passion you put into your work. I don't get that when a machine has done it. It doesn't happen for me. I think it's vital that we fight against AI. And I think the union is our best bet to do that. If someone tells me that AI is just another tool, it's just another paintbrush, they are wrong.
Yeah!
So I support you in this fight, and I look forward to seeing all of your beautiful work in the future. Thank you. Taking a quick selfie.
up here, everybody. Look hyped.
Yeah!
Give it up for the Avengers of animation! Like the guy Maxwell. Okay, coming up next. These guys are coming down, and we have someone coming up. This hydraulic press is incredible. It's like the coolest thing I've ever been a part of. All right. So, next up, we've not only got Animation All-Stars, we've also got Friends in High Places. Coming up next is your District 44 State Assembly member. She represents Burbank, Glendale, Los Angeles, Studio City, North Hollywood, and more. She comes from the entertainment industry, so she is one of us! She's endorsed by IATSE. She's a union supporter. She's here. She walked the line with WJ workers, so you know she's a real one. She's always got my vote. It's Assemblyperson Laura Friedman!
Army. I am standing up here today with an incredible champion of labor, probably the most labor-friendly and worker-friendly member that the Los Angeles City Council has ever had, Hugo Soto Martinez. It's what brought me to Los Angeles in 1992 after working for HBO in New York. And we know something. Those of us who have worked in film and worked in television, we know that the reason that we call Burbank Media City is not because of the buildings. It's not because of the studios. It's not because of some computer. It's because of the people who work in this industry. So when I, as an elected representative, talk about the need to protect the entertainment industry right here in California and right here in the United States, it is about protecting the humans and the human capital and the creative capital that makes the industry work, that makes it what it is. And the reason that we constantly are seen as the creative capital of the nation is because of the brains and minds of each one of you. And never let anyone forget that. Outsourced. We are not going to allow your jobs to be taken over by a soulless computer program. I'm going to do everything in my power to protect my industry and your jobs, because you make this community what it is. For every one of you, there's 5 more of you who couldn't make it out today who are counting on your efforts. Counting on your efforts. So, thank you. I'm Laura Friedman, and I'm looking forward to fighting alongside you. Can I do a selfie with all of you?
God, give it up for Laura Friedman! She's running in November. Okay, for Congress. All right. Next up, we've got the Vice President of IATSE. He's been with IATSE since 1990. He is a fighter, and he is going to fight for you, and I know he's not going to stop until he gets us the deal we deserve. It's IATSE Vice President Mike Miller! This is what solidarity looks like. Yeah! On behalf of our international president, our general executive board and 178,000 members of the IA in 2 countries, we've got your back. On Monday morning, 5,400 members of the Animation Guild are going to be sending their representatives to the table of the AMPTP, the most powerful entertainment industry companies in the world. My money's on your bargaining committee. To bring the power of those 178,000 members. And it's time for animation to take its place in the industry. You are not in the shadows of anything but that tree, and certainly not in the shadows of live action. Your reach is growing, your jurisdiction is growing, and that's because your work, your human work, is putting billions of dollars into these companies right here into their pocket, and it's time for us to get that share for the workers in animation that have been deserving it for decades.
Yeah!
To call out my local lady for hosting this event today.
Yeah!
It's time for us to keep building. And when we build on what came before us, we all do better. The writers built on the directors, the actors built on the writers, the Teamsters, IA, and Basic Crafts built on their work, and the Animation Guild is going to build on top of all of those successes.
Yeah!
It's not going to be easy. They, I don't think, are prepared for this. And we think it's hot out here today. Wait till they feel the heat on Monday morning when you're part of it.
Yeah!
I only have one more question. What happens when we fight? We win. We win. We fight.
We win!
We fight.
We win! We fight!
On Monday,
We win!
Thank you. Miller, everybody! Alright, next up, we've got the hardest working man in the Animation Guild. The long-serving business rep. This man is passionate, he cares, he works around the clock, he serves diligently, and has gotten major wins for the Guild for animation writers, production workers, and more. I've worked with Steve, he cares deeply, he puts in the time, and he is a fighter. He is going to fight for the will of the membership, and he will get us the deal we deserve. To talk about the priorities in this negotiation, it's our business rep, Steve Kaplan!
Animation workers as we go to the table against the AMPTP. And of course, the phone went dead. Welcome everyone. It's uplifting to see so many people here to lend their voice and collective strength to show support for TAG so close to when we sit across the table. And once again, demand that they hear our concerns and address our critical changes to make the industry better for us. This is the second rally TAG has held to draw strength from our Canon community before our negotiations, and the increased number of people here shows how hard we, as a union, have focused on growing our solidarity through organizing our workplaces, our membership, and our labor community. I am proud to say the TAG leadership is dedicated to continuing that growth. Our goal is the representation of the animation industry from sea to shining sea, and we won't stop until we achieve that goal. I am incredibly proud of the work that the Negotiations Committee has done over the past months to create a comprehensive list of proposals aimed at improving our contract to benefit both individual crafts and address systemic industry issues that we continue to face. One of the most important ways we can identify the bargaining priorities is the Membership Priority Survey. I want to thank all TAG members who set aside the few minutes it took to share the most meaningful issues with us. The historic number of responses we received this year shows not only our increased engagement, but also gave us the mandate to make these issues our top priorities. You told us that addressing the impact of generative artificial intelligence tools and processes are of the greatest importance, and that you want us to make sure jobs in animation are meant for human beings and not software routines. I'm incredibly proud of the awesome work our members did to prepare to address this issue. Not only did members form an AI task force, but that group forged new ground by diving into the heart of the matter, voraciously learning and ingesting its details, then turning into our industry practices and procedures in order to provide the negotiations committee and the animation community with a comprehensive report and guide how to set up guardrails that will allow the industry to move forward while keeping our jobs protected.
Yeah.
Further, they were requested and were given approval to engage with industry experts to continue to guide us through the negotiations so we can fight for the best possible contract. You told us that outsourcing of our work, especially now, is a grave concern.
Yeah.
Your negotiations committee deliberated for months on this matter and is prepared to bring your concerns to the studios to have a meaningful discussion so that we can find ways to keep work in Los Angeles. Also be assured that TAG is not only counting on our bargaining strength to address this important issue. TAG's political coordinator, Leslie Simmons, has been forging connections with our elected leadership locally and beyond. Some more are here today to help address the fact that animation must now join the rest of the industry in providing financial incentives to keep work here. TAG is dedicated to this issue on all fronts, and we will succeed. And finally, you told us that achieving outsized increases in wage minimums and maintaining our health benefits must be achieved. And I can say that the negotiations committee hears your call to action and is comforted that at TAG's turn at the negotiations table comes after our labor kin, who were able to achieve these important gains in their negotiations. We will fight for the same benefit increases and those wages.
Yeah.
I am comfortable speaking on behalf of the committee when I say that we have heard the cry for change. I'm incredibly honored to be given the opportunity to be your chief negotiator, and with the direction of the committee, can promise each TAG member that we will go into these negotiations armed with your strength, focused on your priorities. Thanks very much.
Yeah.
How you guys doing? You guys pumped up?
Yeah.
Storm the studio. Okay, great. Next up is one of our best speakers. You guys are in for a treat. He is passionate, hardworking, and fierce. It is Ben Spate here to talk to us about building union power.
Hey everybody, I am from around here. I flew in from Atlanta, Georgia today. And I heard this town is a union town. If LA's a union town, let me hear you say union!
Union.
It wasn't so long ago that we rallied right here on March 22nd, 2022. If you were there, put your hand up. Yeah, a lot bigger crowd this time. Well, we rallied for a new deal for animation. It was a beautiful day then, and it was a powerful day, just like today. I was inspired to witness the incredible diversity and creative power that makes the Animation Guild so special. At home, I showed a video of the rally to my daughter, Luna, who was 7 at the time. Inspired by the crowd, your signs, and the member speeches, she drew this picture of TAG members fighting for a union contract. I love her and I love the members of this great union. I keep it in my office, on my office wall to remind me of that special day and how incredible this union is. Your collective creativity touches countless people around the world. It's the source of tag power. Now, I'm not much of an artist, if you can't tell, but I have witnessed the power of creativity of tag again and again. There is a determination in this union to create new standards for animation workers that didn't previously exist. Yes, tag has made history before, and with your inspiration, your commitment, and your unity, you will make history again. Oh, it wasn't so long ago that animation workers for LA studios who lived outside of LA County could not join TAG. And although we have a lot of work to do to organize remote workers throughout the United States, earlier this year, the first group of remote workers at Disney Feature showed how you collectively organize and win. Oh, it wasn't so long ago that there were no production workers in LA County that were covered by a TAG contract. Well, today, 70% of production workers in this county are represented by the Animation Guild. Wasn't so long ago where there were 0 union animation studios outside of LA County. Now TAG represents artists from New York to Texas to Puerto Rico, and we're not done yet. Y'all making history. It wasn't so long ago that 0 VFX and games workers were members of the IATSC, but that too is changing. Not so long ago, TAG couldn't even imagine of organizing a rally this size. But stop for a moment and look around. Look at these determined faces surrounding you. Look at the beautiful people around you. Look at the creative power around you. You are creating a better world for animation workers right now. Yes, TAG is showing again today the power that comes from creative people working together despite our differences in unity to develop a plan to win. Now is the time to put your creative, collective visions to work for a common vision, a strong contract for all TAG members, and to build a better future for animation workers everywhere. I just need y'all's help before I leave the stage. Just as we started out, let them hear you all over this city, all over this neighborhood. When I say union, you say power, union!
Power! Power! Power!
Thank you very much.
That's a pass out. It is hot. Thank you for standing out there. All right. Next up, our 2 union members, speaking of production, being brought into the contract. 2 union members I've worked with closely. They have been fighting hard to get production workers a place at the table. These production workers help make our shows. Without production workers, artists would be devastated. Nothing. It'd just be a pile of crap in the corner. And we know that they deserve the same protections that we get. Let's give it up for Abigail Bokin and Eliane Melendez!
Friends, family, allies, and fellow workers. I'm Eliane Melendez, a production worker negotiating with TAG. Shout out to all the production workers in TAG and those working on joining us. You know, one of my favorite parts of working in animation is the fact that we make it as a team. I can look at any frame of my show and I can see all the people in it. The story artists and the character's expression. I can see the delicate light bloom of a compositor. I can even see the organizing hand of production. And that's what's great about being in production. I get to see all of it sewn together. We all have our different strengths and weaknesses, and one person's limits are met by another person's strengths. And that's how animation is done. And that's how we do it as a union. As production, we are constantly told how anyone can do our job. That production is a gas stop to a creative career, so don't rock the boat and jeopardize your future opportunities. It doesn't matter that you don't have a livable wage. You're on a once-in-a-lifetime production. That we should feel so lucky to be involved with the animation industry at all, that we should ignore the compressed schedules, the understaffing, and the lack of respect towards our skills. When I was a PA, I remember telling a production coordinator senior that we should unionize after talking about how much it sucked not having paid time off. He shook his head and said it would never happen. But production saw how our artists were able to collectively fight for better wages, healthcare, and benefits. And more of us started to say, you know what? We can do that too. In fact, production was made to join fights like these. We know how to gather people together, we know how to communicate with them, and we know how to lend a hand. And today, as more and more of us join unions, we are so proud to be able to fight alongside our coworkers in moments like these. And since joining, I found that it's not always easy being in a union. Sometimes you have to give up an afternoon on a Saturday, but the union isn't and shouldn't be 6 or 10 or even 35 people deciding what to do for 6,000. It takes all of us in every craft to find our place within the rank and file members, within the craft committees, within the elected positions, all helping to push this union towards the future. Look at what you're doing right now. If you weren't here, all we would be is a truck in a parking lot. All that IATSE 839 would be is a building in Burbank. So today, and going forward, let's show the ABTP that we are united and firm in our demands. Thank you. Hello? One second. I'm so short I need a ladder. Hello, my name is Abigail Bogan. My pronouns are she, they. I'm a production coordinator at Nickelodeon, and I was on the Nick Negotiations Committee from 2023 to 2024. Unionize production at Nickelodeon right before that. You just heard Eliani talk about production's journey to becoming a unionized craft. Now, if you've ever worked with a good production worker, you know it's part asset management, part email wizardry, and part people power. All of animation is people powered. People power. We don't need AI telling our stories, drawing our characters, or solving communication problems for us, do we?
No!
No, because you guys do that. Hell yeah. When production and board artists and designers and writers and animation fans and friends and family fight side by side, nobody gets left behind. Now, Nickelodeon bargained separately from the Tag Master Agreement, which means we have the unique pleasure of previewing the boss's underhanded attempts at beating us down. During our negotiations, when the company turned their nose at the idea of better paid leave, we stood together and said, nobody gets left behind. And we got paid bereavement leave for our peers. When the studio refused to give writers better pay, we said, nobody gets left behind. priorities, we said nobody gets left behind! And we walked out every week on our lunch breaks until they changed their tune. We walked, we made noise, we put up sticky notes demanding listing our demands for the contract. We organized picket line field trips. None of this was possible without cross-craft solidarity and people power, right? Now, I consider myself a pretty loud talker, but if I didn't have this microphone, the lovely folks all the way in the back would probably not be able to hear me. Our unity is our microphone. That's right. We have the power to amplify the voices of our craft neighbors. Is that right?
Yeah!
So if you see a peer losing faith, if you see someone in another craft hanging their head, take some of that pain from them, will ya? Take their hand and tell them, I won't leave you behind. I believe that the historic gains made at Nickelodeon were not a fluke. And I believe it can be done in the master negotiations as well. Nickelodeon's pass-through agreement means that any new gains made in the contract this August will also apply to our contract. So we are just as invested in this fight as those directly impacted, because animation is people-powered. Say it with me. Animation is what?
People power!
It's what?
People power!
Thank you so much. Stay safe out there.
I'm like 25. I was doing nothing. All right. How we doing out there, everybody? We can do a few chants. I'm gonna say when workers are under attack, and you say stand up, fight back. Okay? When workers are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back!
Here we go. When workers are under attack, what do we do? Stand up!
Stand up, fight back!
When workers are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back!
Hell yeah, you guys got it. All right.
Woo!
Can you feel the solidarity in the air, people? It's bubbling. Ritter is here! And because we have so much solidarity, bubbling, frothing, I want everybody to take out their phone right now. We're all going to take a selfie together as a people while we're chanting. It's going to be beautiful. I can tell by the looks on your face, you're all so stoked. All right, I love it. Okay, we're gonna go, and I got the back of my backwards. Okay, ready? On three. When I say union, we say power. Union.
Power!
Union.
Power! Power!
Great job, guys.
Woo!
We got one last thing. Does everyone have their animation worker woes bingo card? Okay, we're gonna have a game. There's prizes. Right? Look at this. Ooh, Skittles. Because the union is trying to get, or the corporations are trying to give us, I haven't figured it out yet, but I didn't want to throw Skittles in the crowd. Okay, so if you've got your bingo card out, there's 3 wild cards on here. So, free space 1, fill in if you've been paid less for animation work than if it had been live action. Has anyone got that? Great. Free space 2, if you've experienced stagnating wages. All right, free space 3, if you have anxiety about AI. Did anybody get bingo? Okay, hold on. Ready? Ah! Okay, I'll do it closer. Who got bingo? Close. Hey! All right. That didn't work out as well as I had anticipated. is a great animation writer who has worked with Nickelodeon, Disney, and Vice, and was the co-host of the Great Brown Springfield podcast. She's talking about issues that animations and writers are dealing with. It's Julia Prescott!
All you beautiful people. I just want to say up top that it has been the greatest honor of my life to be a writer in animation. In live action, but you guys are nicer. For me, animation is a family affair. I'm so proud to say that my sister is a background artist. My husband is an animation director. And just up the street, my mom worked for 32 years in the contracts department at Disney TV Animation. And it's there that as a child, I got to witness the kind of adult that I wanted to be when I grew up. And that is all of you right now. So applaud for yourself. I would love to highlight what makes our fight for a better deal this time truly unique and why we need to fight like hell for it right now. Woo! Animation is most vulnerable to outsourcing, and it's already happening. Animation is most vulnerable to AI threats, and it's already happening. When the WGA went on strike last summer, one of their many goals was to stop the overuse of mini rooms. What happens when a studio pre-greenlights a show and tries to crank out as many episodes in a weeks-long period as possible? It has been happening. It's called a Story Summit, and it almost always takes place at a Burbank Ramada Inn. For tag writers, we have been the ghost of Christmas future for quite some time. We mostly work freelance, working twice as hard for half the pay and barely the benefits. We don't have title parity, so it's easy to treat us less than because story editor in tag basically means head writer, while story editor in WGA means a 24-year-old named Travis. We also don't have residuals, which is definitely a reason why I write so many songs in my episodes. Because a BMI check is a BMI check, even if it's for 67 cents. Writers that have written for pre-K know what I'm talking about. But writing is writing is writing. It is the same job. So why are we treated so differently? Why are we pressed to do more in less time with dirt cheap pay? Why was animation the savior during the COVID lockdown? Thank you. With AI years later, which is something I would personally never do to Jeffrey Katzenberg. Why is animation the most dominant force of entertainment, both at the global box office and at-home streaming? And yet, most of us are scrambling to get a second, third, or fourth job. Why have I been able to witness my former boss walk down a Target toy aisle and see an entire row of products based on characters they created while they just signed up for food stamps? Why? Which I'd like to answer with another question. Why now? Now is the time when it counts. Now is the time where we've never had stronger member engagement than ever before. We are breaking records with our survey. We have members out of their own pocket paying for skywriters above the Burbank studios. They also bought several cameos from the Insane Clown Posse. That was amazing. Now is the time where we put our foot down, because if we don't, there quite literally won't be a next time. And I cannot emphasize that enough. The American animation industry is at stake, and the drawing kid from your childhood is not going down without a fight. Now is the time where we remember why we decided to pursue a creative career in the first place. When we decided. For me, it was 10 years old. And every project I've ever been a part of, every script I've ever written, every show I've pitched, every team I've been lucky to be a part of to learn and grow from, I worked tirelessly to make something that would make 10-year-old Julia proud. But now, I and all of you are working tirelessly so that the 10-year-olds and the 12-year-olds and the 24-year-olds named Travis can be inspired by our work, because it is all of our work. TAG is a team. Our superpower as a union is our multi-craft solidarity. I want all of them to see the work that we pour our hearts, souls, and humor into, so that if they feel so motivated to pursue a career in animation, the great industry of animation, it is still existing and waiting for them on the other side. Thank you.
All right. Next up are two story artists and union heroes. First, we have Nora Meek, a badass story artist who fought and won a great contract with Nickelodeon and is the person who recruited me into the union like Professor Xavier and is a true leader of the movement. Charlie is an incredible story artist who I'm a huge personal fan of. And a union member that has been with the guild for years, and together they're here to talk about issues affecting storyboard artists. Nora and Charlie!
I'm a storyboard artist and a writer. I'm Nora Meek, and I'm just saying, we work together on a show called The Patrick Star Show at Nickelodeon. With many shows that you know and love, from Looney Tunes to SpongeBob to Adventure Time, storyboard artists shape not only the visuals of the show, but the stories themselves. Script. This is a time-honored way of making cartoons that keeps them full of life. But we don't get anything extra for what we do. We get paid as much as storyboard artists who aren't writing scripts. On top of that, producers have taken advantage of evolving technology to cut back on crew sizes and outsource work for years. Character layout, in-house animation, even editing. Entire departments that used to be staffed by dozens of people are downsized or gone. And all that work gets heaped onto whoever's left, like storyboard artists, for no extra pay. And with AI coming towards us, tell me, how many artists do you think the company wants to hire 5 years down the line?
0!
We don't have work-life balance. We have burnout, repetitive strain injuries, and shorter jobs that demand more and more. Companies spend pennies on our hard work and our raw talent, and then they turn out and cash out at the box office. And then they multiply that profit by 10 in retail and merchandising sales of characters that we create. decades, and where has it gotten us? Have the streaming discounts and stagnant wages gotten companies to soften up and give back?
No!
Is the head of Warner Brothers Discovery gonna bring back human-led artistry if we work a little harder for him?
No!
Are Skydance and Paramount, fresh off their huge new corporate merger, going to stop training machines to replace us?
No!
Now instead, animation saw massive layoffs beginning even before the strikes, the heaping of more jobs onto single workers so they can cut our crews down to nothing continued. But these corporate giants are only big when we stand and we stay on our knees.
People everywhere have to stand up and stand with animation. They want to replace quality human storytelling with machine-generated sludge that gets the most views and the most of your kids' attention. They're banking on you not caring.
Whoa!
When we stood up at Nickelodeon in 2023, we won things that no one thought was possible. Bereavement leave, better wages for production workers, and pay. For the first time in 70 years, pay for born artists who write a first in TAG's history. When we walked out on the job, we learned something important. United, we bargain. Divided, we beg. And I want to hear you say it. United, we bargain. Divided, we beg. United, we bargain. Divided, we beg. United, we bargain.
Divided we pay!
What we're going to win in this contract is more than just slowing down the race to the bottom. We're going to win our industry back. We're fighting for wages that keep up with the growing cost of living, staffing minimums that shore up our shrinking crews and protect against abusive expectations. The right to continue making quality cartoons from home and not risk our health to COVID. AI guardrails that keep animation human-made because everyone deserves media made with heart and intention, especially your kids.
This year, we're telling the corporations, we won't suffer because of your bad choices. Animation is no longer your piggy bank. Together, we're telling them, no contract, no cartoons. Tell Reed Hastings, after he laid off 300 Netflix employees and killed the animation division as we know it, no contract,
No cartoons!
Tell COO of DreamWorks, Randy, who's outsourcing animation jobs to non-union studios with worse conditions, no contract,
No cartoons!
and tell David Zaslav.
Whoa!
After he axed a slew of shows and movies that will never see the light of day and sold off the historic Cartoon Network building for scrap.
Whoa!
No contract.
No cartoons! No cartoons!
All right. Did you guys know, I just had a question for everyone out there. Did you know this is the biggest rally in animation history? All right, next up to talk about animation timing, one of the secrets and undersung arts of this industry, we have Christine. Oh, I'm sorry. Christine Smith. Is she meeting?
unit rates. Unit rates for storyboard artists, animation timers, and writers. I am an animation timer. I have been working as an animation timer in TAG for over 20 years. Animation timers are the people who take the storyboard and animatics and build out every character's acting and performance at the frame-by-frame level for the animators. We make hundreds of creative decisions per hour. And add any necessary poses and make adjustments here and there so that the shows are better than the animatic and retakes are minimized. Great animation timers give careful attention to detail so that your scripts, storyboards, and designs play beautifully. The animation timers need your help. Some studios pay us a unit rate, not an hourly rate for our hard work. Unit rates hurt people like me, who give your work the attention it deserves to make the shows entertaining and great. All be paid by unit rates, which just aren't enough to live on. And it makes it hard to qualify for health care. This needs to change. Unit rates are terrible. Please support your fellow Animation Guild members by fighting against unit rates.
Give it up for the timers! Timing is one of the hardest jobs in animation. I tried it once and my brain almost exploded. Okay, next we have, speaking for a huge part of our membership, one of the biggest chunks of our membership that's been underserved for too long, members of the CG craft. That's rigging, lighting, compositing, asset build, and way more. Wait a minute! Change of plan. I introduced the wrong person, I'm sorry. Instead, we have an also important part of the craft. We're talking about color designers. Our animated shows would be black and white and horrible to look at. We're so often underpaid and underserved, and here today to talk about them are Rachel Cohen and Sam Keston.
Hello, union kid and supporters! Background painters, raise your hand. How many of your teams pressured you to learn Linux? Anybody? Oh, you gotta learn Linux to ship, you guys. It is a key part of our shipping pipeline. Didn't you learn Linux in art school? What about character designers? How do you organize your node networks when you have to export them for shipment? Is anybody else in the design department even expected to ship? Wow! Even in a union full of the greatest artists in the world! I do not see a lot of Linux-savvy, pipeline-literate master painters. This role has evolved. We are now functionally an assistant art director. Somebody who has all of these complex skills is an indispensable part of any design team. Why was I paid
listened. She acknowledged the tasks I were assigned were absurd for my role and could easily be reassigned to a more appropriate, higher seniority role. And then she talked to the studio labor head. A week later, I was given a conflated, fake job listing. It is twice as long as any color design job listing from the last 5 years. It's not the one I signed when I got hired. And mysteriously, it includes all the tasks my producer agreed were ridiculous. They changed my job right in front of me, and I could do nothing. Let me be clear. We are incredible artists. We can handle a job that asks for 3 times the assets of our colleagues, but it has got to match the pay. The right thing to do is finally give us equal pay for equal pay.
So Sam just shared with us their personal experience of blatant workplace injustice, and believe me, I have my own stories. But I'm up here to tell you what we're doing to challenge the powers that be so that we can continue to do the jobs we love while getting the respect that we deserve. The Color Design Committee has asked for years for equitable pay for color designers on par with the other design crafts. And cycle after cycle, the response from the AMPTP is no, no, no. This is the year they say yes. Our argument is stronger than ever. We have results from an independent study by the University of Massachusetts, which found that color design work is equivalent to the work performed by background painters. So why are we paying less? On top of that, the AMPTP is already paying color designers equitably at the Titmouse New York studio. In fact, we asked them how they got equitable wages, and they were like, I don't know, it just made sense. And it does! This is a defining moment in our union's history. If after years of asking for change, the AMPTP is still refusing to acquiesce, we don't have to take no for an answer. It's going to take all of us to get the job done. Talk to your coworkers, find out what's important to them and what they're willing to fight for, because we are going to need all hands on deck.
Next, we have speaking for a huge part of our membership who's been underserved for too long. Members of the CG craft, that's rigging, lighting, composite, asset build, and way more. It's Candace! She's still coming up with that growing thing, Stevenson!
Hi, my name is Candace Stevenson. I have most recently was a CG book development lead at Nickelodeon. CG artists live at the intersection of art and technology. These artists don't just want to tell stories. We want to tell stories that were physically not possible to be told years ago. We want to tell stories in a way that you have never seen. And despite the unique combination of talents that it takes to do these jobs, regardless of how hard we work, over and over, we have heard that CG artists, well, actually all artists really, they have been telling us that they are short-staffed, that they are given impossible deadlines, they are being pressured to do unpaid overtime, and they are seeing fewer and fewer jobs. I want to let you know that we heard you. We have artists that historically have been staffed, but are being hired as freelance or some other classification where they do not get their full union wages. Crews have been stripped to skeleton crews with vital people being put out of work, and the people who are left behind taking on the work of 2 or 3 jobs, sometimes in crafts that they have no training in. The studios, they are well aware of how understaffed and truncated our schedules are. No matter how
much they feign like this is the first time they're hearing it, your supervisors have been screaming about this for years. Your union has been screaming about it for years. And you have been screaming about it for years. It is time that they fix it. This negotiation, we have proposals to try and address CG job classifications and staffing. Because you should be able to do one job with a humane schedule, and anyone doing that job should have full wages, full pension, and full health care that goes with it, regardless if you are staff, freelance, or whatever they invent. Same work, same pay. Our stories are making billions of dollars for the studios, and when they do, how much of that money is coming back to the people actually doing the work?
Zero.
And when they get that money, are they using it to alleviate the problems that we have with our schedules and staff that they claim they don't have money to fix? No! When people say that they loved an animated movie, or how deeply they related to a TV show, or how we made their childhoods, they are not talking about a CEO or VP of operations, and certainly not a shareholder. They are talking about us. Artists, writers, and technicians that make these shows possible. I believe in storytelling, and specifically in animation, that they are an important part of our culture. And for the future of this art form, we are fighting to protect the people who make it possible. And finally, unions, solidarity at their core. This is just people having each other's backs. It's people saying we are going to work together to make sure that the most exploited people in our industry, they can lean on the strength of us as an entire group to make sure that they have fair pay and fair treatment. Please have each other's backs, and I can guarantee you the negotiations committee, they have yours.
First of all, I want to say that we have a special guest speaker. He is Guillermo del Toro! But unlike those fat cats at the AMPTP, we're the little guy. We don't have a big screen, but I will tell you what he said. He said to fight like hell. He said art is not a commodity, it is a human right. And before we have our next talk, I just want to introduce the next topic, which is AI. We've talked about it a little bit today.
Boo! Boo!
Use it to fix climate change or cure cancer. Replace people doing jobs that they love. It's insane. Just want to say a few words. Jeffrey Katzenberg said that AI can take up to 90% of animation jobs. How do you think Jeffrey and 14 computers are going to do with Shrek 5? I don't know, probably not good. I've seen AI art in the hallways of studios. I've seen it in presentations. I've talked to filmmakers who have seen AI in-betweening. It's not coming, it's here. Now, AI cannot do what artists do, but that won't stop short-sighted producers from using it to shrink budget staffs and eliminate our jobs to make a profit. Studies of this guild and examples from the video game industry show that it could eliminate 100 or even thousands of jobs from people like the beautiful people in this crowd right now. People's livelihoods could be destroyed. Dream jobs could be over for hundreds of us, if not more. I've heard from more than dozens of members of this guild who've told me, if we don't win this contract, there might not be another one because this industry could be decimated. That's the bleak future we're looking at, but we have the power to look at that future and say, no, we will not accept that reality. Danny Ducker from the Tag AI Task Force. One of the writers of our contract's AI protections. Danny is an absolute badass. She knows her stuff, and she's going to tell you everything you need to know about AI and tag this cycle.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for coming out here today. This is incredible. From my chair there, I could not see how big the crowd is. It is incredible. As a member of Tag's AI Task Force, I've spent the better part of the last 2 years learning far more about artificial intelligence than I ever thought I would need to or wanted to. And from that, I've learned 2 things for certain. Generative AI is a pale imitation, a pathetic regurgitation of the work that we do. We make art. These programs make content. And number 2, studio executives do not care. Quality or stories. They don't care about them in the way that we do. They want to shove AI-generated slop down audiences' throats and cut workers like us out of the process entirely. They are short-sighted enough to buy into the hype and will gladly follow this flashy new trend straight off a cliff if it means that their quarterly reports will look slightly better to shareholders. I'm sure all of us have the same grim vision of the future in our minds. One where animation is not lovingly crafted by human workers, but instead churned out by an AI program. An art form reduced to algorithms. All but the wealthiest power players left in the dust. That could be our future, but it doesn't have to be. We are lucky enough to have inherited a labor union from our predecessors, or brave enough to have organized into it. And that gives us a fighting chance, but we do have to fight. Tooth and nail, we have to fight. I know that there is so much at stake in this contract, but we have so much ground to make up for. But that work will all be for naught if we don't get steadfast barriers against generative AI now. I am a proud union member. We are proud union members, which means the future doesn't have to be written by our bosses. We can write our own fate, and we're a hell of a lot better at writing stories than ChatGPT.
Yeah!
People are incredible. All right. Next, we have someone who isn't from our union, but who is a friend to animation, a hilarious comedian, a union superhero who has done an incredible job educating the public. He's a real ally in the animation world, and this man doesn't ruin everything. He makes our world a whole lot better. It's Adam.
I'm standing in front of you as a SAG-AFTRA member. SAG-AFTRA members, make some noise. I'm
not one,
standing in
but
front of you as a Writers Guild member. Writers Guild writers, make some noise. Animation Guild writers, make some noise. I want every fucking union member in this house to make some noise right now. Let me tell you something. These companies want us to be divided. They want to pit our unions against each other. When they do that, they win. We're not going to let them do that, are we?
No!
When we were on strike last year, the Animation Guild was behind us. There was never a day when our picket line was more packed than when the Animation Guild joined us. You because you did all of those provisions they said they would never give us, we fought and we won almost every single one, and you will do the same. Because we will be standing with you every step of the way. Writers incredible. There are fucking thousands of you out here. I've not seen a rally like this since last summer. You guys are killing it. There's something that I want to hear you never say again, because something that workers in this town say all too often is we say, you know what, they don't respect us. They don't respect what we do. They don't respect animation. They don't respect writing. They don't respect whatever your craft is, right? And that's why they won't give us what we deserve. And the next time you hear someone say that, I want you to tell them that is exactly what the companies want you to say. They want you to believe that their respect fucking matters. It does not. You do not need their respect because they will never give it to you. From Carol Lombardini and all of those lawyers, I saw how they look at us. They belittle, they attack, they denigrate, and they do that strategically because they know if they can make you believe that you do not deserve better, then they win. But the fact is, it is a lie. Your work makes these people hundreds of millions of dollars. No one else's. Until I get what I deserve, then you will fucking win. So I'm gonna leave you guys in my favorite union chant. This chant is so fucking good. Kamala Harris is doing it on the campaign trail right now. She's taking it from us. We're happy that she did. We're gonna make it ring out right now. I'm gonna say, when we fight, you say we win. When we fight,
we win.
When we fight,
we win.
When we fight,
we win.
Fuck yeah, you guys are gonna win every fucking time.
Thank you guys so much for being here. Hey, you know, just like the sun, just like the shade we experience, the union will protect us. Speaking of it, also note to the front, if there's anyone who is driving to Anaheim or Fullerton, could you please come to the tent and look for Erica. Anyone who is driving back to Anaheim or Fullerton, come to the tent and talk to Erica. If you can, if you can do it now, that'd be great, but not necessary. Thank you. Great. Okay. Coming up next, we have the Mayor of Burbank. This man has been mayor since 2020. He has been a union ally and a huge supporter of the Animation Guild. He's even worked with TAG's political coordinator Leslie Simmons for the first time animation incentives to the city's 5-year strategic economic development plan. And now he's running for the 44th Assembly this year with the endorsement of many labor unions, including IATSE, and we're excited to continue to work with this man once we send him to Sacramento. It's Mayor Nick Schultz!
How y'all doing tonight? Look, I know it's tired, you've been standing. Let's get the energy up. How y'all fucking doing? Leslie was betting I would drop an F-bomb there. I sure as hell did. So before I go on, I just want to say one thing. I was here with y'all 2 years ago, and I'm going to repeat the same thing I said there tonight. Burbank is a union town. We're a union town. And I'm not in this fight alone. I am joined tonight by our former mayor and current council member, Constantine Anthony. Give it up for him. And our next mayor, Nikki Perez. Look, we often we're standing right now in the self-proclaimed media capital of the world. Now, I'm a student of history, and I've studied our history. We're the media capital of the world because of animation, because of what you've done. Now, the world's changing around us. We all know that. Generative AI poses a risk to your livelihood. It poses a risk to your industry. Here's what I'm here to say tonight. You are not in this fight alone. Your government is with you. Your representatives are with you. Now I'm going to say something that I don't feel is very controversial. I find it common fucking sense. Respect and fair treatment are the foundation of a thriving entertainment industry. And I hope he's listening to this. Fair wages, benefits, workplace protection, and a secure future for the industry, those are non-fucking negotiable. I dropped my F-bomb for you there, Leslie. Look, here's what I'm going to leave y'all with. I know that there's a fight ahead, but you are not in this alone. We have your backs. We are great in Burbank. This district is great because of you. You are the reason we're the media capital of the world. All that they generate is because of your work product, your creativity, your blood and sweat. We are with you. And I want y'all to keep one phrase in the back of your head over the coming weeks. The AMPTP, like many large employers in this town and across this district, need to understand that we put people over profits, right?
Yeah!
People over profits. That's what we're going to fight for. We're with you. Let's go fucking win. That's how we do it in Burbank, baby.
Before our next speaker, and I will say we only have one speaker left, so you guys have been incredible, but it's a good one. Can you, for us, hold up your signs and scream? Our final speaker. Oh yeah, thank you! Next, we have the president of this union. She isn't just a union president, she's also been working for 25 years as an animation worker. She is one of us! 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 She's worked on The Simpsons, Space Jam, American Dad, Futurama, directing on the show Little Demon. From every conversation I've had with her, she knows what's at stake. She's ready to fight for you. This is Jeanette Moreno-King!
Thanks for all of you being here. It's amazing. The AMPTP cannot ignore this. Before I get started, I want to thank some of the other unions that are here supporting us. We have SAG-AFTRA Interactive. They're the voice actors for the video games that you know and love. West Coast locals, thank you all for being here. And thank you, local ladies, for this awesome space so that we can, this is union run, and they are here for all of us. I also want to thank our SAG union staff who are represented by OPIU. They are union strong. We walk the walk, man. Also represented is SAG, AFM, WGA, Luna, Unite Here Local 11, SCIU. That's a lot of union labor. Our union town. Also, Portillo's Pizza from Glendora came and brought us pizza. If you had told me 15 years ago that we'd be fighting to protect our livelihoods from artificial intelligence and from the tech industry gobbling up Hollywood, I would have called you crazy. But here we are. I don't think I'm the only one that was shocked that the AI I've been hearing about for most of my life would come after art jobs. Like, why? Why would anyone even want art created by a machine? This isn't just a technological change. This is personal.
Yeah!
Art makes us human. It's at a fundamental level. It is a communication between people.
Yeah!
It's a language that reaches back to our lizard brain.
Yeah!
Wrote anything or hadn't. It's crazy. Anyway. So, you know, I resent that now we have to hear about fucking corporate quarterly reports where they shamelessly and gleefully speak about replacing us with AI and outsourcing to our face. You know what? We fucking hear you. You know? We hear them. And now they get to hear us. Yell out no together loud enough for them to hear us from their luxury yachts. So what do we say about AI?
No!
What do we say about outsourcing?
No!
What do we say getting paid a pittance while they make billions of dollars from our work?
No!
With uncertainties we haven't faced before. But let me tell you this, uncertainty does not weaken us. It doesn't break our spirit, it strengthens our resolve. We are the artists, we are the storytellers, we're the heart and soul of this industry. Without us, there is no magic on screen. No characters brought to life. No stories that touch our hearts around the world. We're the backbone of animation, and now more than ever our voices need to be heard. Remember that this moment is crucial. It is more than just wages and benefits. It's about the respect for the work that we do. And honestly, I think we need to respect ourselves and each other more than we need it from them. Sorry, we want to shape for ourselves, and those who will follow us in our footsteps is of the utmost importance. We are heading into these negotiations with the full weight of our collective power behind us. But to succeed, we need to be united, strong, and unwavering in our commitment to each other. To demand what is fair and to secure a future where the contributions of every member of this guild are valued. We are not just defending our jobs, we're defending the soul of this industry.
Yeah!
And you know what? We're not giving up these jobs without a fight. To paraphrase Charlton Heston, you can take my style from my cold dead hand. Let's go into these negotiations with courage and determination, and with the knowledge that we are all fighting for the future of animation, not just for ourselves, but for generations to come. We're going in on Monday, and all I'm going to think about is every face here.
All the leadership, every single member that spoke here today, every speaker. Thank you to the LA County Federation of Labor for this flatbed truck. Taking time out of your lives to fight for your friends, your fellow workers, and yourself. Animation fans and supporters and union kids that came out, we love you. Because if we stand together, we are going to win!